for joining the call today. We appreciate you taking out time during your day. I know everybody's busy, so we appreciate you joining us for our webinar today on performance, your best measure of success. 30 minutes. We're talking about the dashboards that we have been building here with iWorks for your investment accounting system. We're going to spend all the time going over the old look and feel of the dashboards, but we are going to pay attention today to the performance quadrant, which is coming out in the latest release. So let me introduce myself. I'm Off, Vice President of Sales here with SunGard iWorks. I'm joined on the phone, and who you heard, but also by John, product manager here within iWorks. John works with our financials products, and a lot of time here in the last 8 or so working directly with our investment product. Worked together for the last 12 years. Traveled together, been on site with a number of clients, and we're in good hands with John as he works through build capabilities and functionality around investment product because, as I said, we've been in the on site with a number of customers, probably hundreds by now over the last dozen years. Listen, what you guys are looking to do, what your are, what your challenges are, and John has worked really hard with his team to some functionality to address that. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to hand it over to John and show you, give you a look and feel to what the dashboards look like. And without further ado, John, why don't you walk us through that?
Thanks so much, and forward to this for months now that we've gotten to the point where we've gotten all 4 of these quadrants out. We've been referring to iWorks Enterprise Financials. And looking forward to, again, getting your feedback as you start using this. Now, they're muted, but that doesn't mean we can't to your comments and questions. If you look right in the middle screen, it says where there's a green tab, and there's, I would say something you are sharing performance, whatever. Just move your arrow up a little bit. The menu appear, and then off to the right, just a little bit, there's a window that says chat with participants, and you can send a message there, Q&A, whatever, and we'll do our best to either answer those messages during the presentation, or we'll do is respond to the questions that are asked. We'll send to everyone that participated on the call today. So you'll answer to those questions. For one reason or another, we do not get to them during the presentation. So let me start off, as Dan was saying, the challenges that are facing insurers. So what sort of things are going on in the industry that are causing people concern? I'll put it that way. The phrase going around saying, what keeps me up at night? And, well, I'm watching my daughter's dog, and that's what keeps me up at night. But things that are going on also, more trends, things that are just concerned on our industry. And really, I will attempt to 4, and not the 4 that I know, John, but I'd say one way these things are affecting all of us in the industry comes to improving investment returns. And if we look at the reinvestment rate that our bonds are experiencing right now, it's really anemic compared to what it was in 2007 or something like that. I think we've lost like 350 basis points for fixed income investments. And we all know that the income from investments is where insurers make a good deal of their earnings. So with 3.5% drop in your income, investment rate, what do you do? Well, what you're going to do is start looking for alternatives to investments. You start looking at maybe syndicated bank loans, maybe you start looking at preferred stock, maybe you start looking at commodities, real estate, and so forth. And what it means is that we start additional risks in our portfolio, risks that we used to. So managing those risks and how to go about monitoring those risks. Task if we're not up for that. We have a number of, we might have an outside asset manager to help with us. It seems to be the one of the more efficient solutions. I can think of a couple investment managers. I know that, let's say, for example, an insurer wants to get some exposure to preferred stock or convertible bonds. A select number of managers with a lot of experience in those classes of securities because the insurance company doesn't have the expertise in-house, or they're looking for someone who has more experience with that. So this whole concept idea that our reinvestment's down, our income's down, we have to take additional risks to make up that is one we go about managing that. Now we have another set of problems, monitoring that. Let's think to a changing regulatory environment. And you know this much better than I do. The different rules that are coming down from the NIC, the various states, your own investment committees, and your management can be daunting at times. And more time asking you questions about what you're taking on, how dealing with improving their investment returns, how you're managing those asset managers, and complying with your company's policies. That comes to mind that I cite over again because it's still very true is I had a conversation with an investment manager, just investment portfolios for insurance companies, and I'm asking him what was going on in the industry in terms of reinvestments and so forth and performance. And he said, John, you know, if we perform a benchmark or two, or maybe even longer, we're not going to fire questions, and it won't be a pleasant discussion, but we can justify the reason that we're doing what we're doing. However, if we're out of compliance, we're gone. They're going to fire it away. So it's just the level of that's being paid to complying with the various rules and adhering to those regulations. Fourth one is improving efficiency and managing costs. Now, we're many times we are taking on different ground. We're to areas that we don't have a lot of experience in terms of the risk. And we also, with these changing regulations, we set up, I'll call it ad hoc solutions, spreadsheets, the napkin things, working with our calculators, forth, and it's very efficient. That's adding to our expense. And frankly, even if we're a mutual or stock company, we're still being asked to do with less car expenses to help make up for those reduced returns off of our investments. That's how Enterprise Financials, iWorks Enterprise Financials, can help you with that. Enterprise Financials uses business intelligence to develop customized dashboards to our clients that are using us right now in a hosted, which would be E-Link or a BPO, to help them with their compliance needs, their investment accounting, reporting, risk analysis, and now investment performance. And we released this in the first quarter of 2014 with compliance. And since then, we've been coming out with more and more functionality to help people understand how well they're complying with these rules we talked about before, the type of actions their investment managers are taking, what risks are they taking, and finally, the final measure of performance. How well are we performing against our benchmarks, standards that have been set out by us?
This is Dan. Just wanted to point here. So as you can see here from calendar, we've obviously rolled out functionality in the last year. As we've done that, we've gotten feedback from customers and prospects about what we've rolled out, different visualizations they'd like to see, different ways the tables work and the graphs and the detail drill down, all those types of things. As we roll out here this last bit of the dashboards here around performance, we talk a little bit about what we're doing with the feedback we're receiving from the market, from our customers, and how it fits into the future development of the product.
Sure. There's a couple things there, and I'm happy to do that. One is we've been with clients, people say, oh, well, I need to look at these types of rules. So there's a lot of fine-tuning that's going on with all three of these dashboards up to the point. And the way that we're doing this is we're getting this information from you. So please you tell your client manager or your BPO manager about what sort of things you want to see. We've gotten some good feedback about that. So things are being done on an incremental basis. We try to put new functionality out every quarter. So we also realize they're able to everything for everyone. So let's say, for example, one person wants to have their dashboard look a certain way, and then wants to have it look a different way, or they want additional functionality there. And what we found and what we realized and what we're working towards is the ability to have your own custom dashboards. That's on the roadmap for our product for 2015. So we're going to have I'll call a starter set, our beginning set of dashboards, compliance, accounting, risk analysis, and performance. And then give you the tools, if not, to construct your own, or we could do that on your behalf. So that's what we're going to offer requests that people have, because once people start seeing these things, they say, can I have this, can I have that, can I have that? And this is how we're going to accommodate it. And it's worked out very, very well in other lines of business.
No, those are good. I would just say it's been a lot of fun over the last year as we've talked with some prospects and getting their feedback. And obviously, John has done a really good job here of putting our best foot forward on what we think the market is asking for and what the visualizations and the reports and how they're rendered. We welcome all that feedback. It's been fun as we've looked at ways to continue to improve and enhance what we've put together. So thanks for the clarification, John.
Well, performance for you, and I'm going to pull it up there. And that question is this: who provides you with your performance results now? And maybe the asset manager, could be your accounting firm, could do it in big, could be your custodian, could be other. I think you can have multiple answers to that. And I know I have 3 minutes on this, but really I want to stop it in about 30 seconds, about 15 more seconds, Diane. So hurry up, make your choice. Sure. Ended. What to do right now is she's going to go on and she's going to calculate those results. And what I'll do is proceed. And Diana, as soon as you got those, just interrupt me and we'll go through them, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go to performance screen. Again, this is the fourth quadrant. And looking at the results here, it looks as if a good deal gets them either from their asset manager or they're calculating them internally. And actually, the one about calculating them internally is not much a surprise. In talking with people, a lot of people are doing their own reporting on spreadsheets and so forth. And one out of that, which I know didn't do that. I used to work for a custodian. They calculated performance, which is how I started interested in that. And, so I use a consulting firm, more for a verification of what the rates are all about. So let's look at what our performance dashboard looks like right now, and you're looking at it, basically a screenshot of that. There, I took this night of what's going on right there. First of all, let me get over here. We performance off by different categories, total fund, fixed income, and so forth. And what we'll do here with this dashboard is really just come up with a very defined view of what we can see in terms of performance. Working with a lot of people, I was asking them if they're interested in things such as attribution analysis, excess returns, things that, you know what, really all we want to do, and this is the theme with all the dashboards, all we want to do right now is say, how's my performance compare against a benchmark? This is my performance for time, different time periods, run up by categories, compared to the benchmark. And that's what we came up with first. And as time goes on, we're going to expand this out to have returns by securities, and then show, I'll say, a number of different benchmarks along with the ones that you selected for your categories with this. So we can take a look at this, looking at the different categories here that we have. We can select those, and those are actually independent from that. At the bottom there, we have the returns shown against the benchmark. But here we have graphical format. We have over 100 different benchmarks that are available for you to this, but we can have different ones set up by the categories. We have multiple benchmarks for a particular category. We have a bullet benchmark for a particular category. And so we have our list that we would give to you when we set you up for installation. We go through a pre-implementation process, and questions we ask is what benchmarks would you like to use for the different categories. Our question was asked days ago by some people internally, what happens if I'm not sure what benchmark they should be using? The asset manager would that you're using would be within their responsibilities if they didn't say, this is a benchmark I want to be measured against. So if you look at statements, it'll be in there also. But besides that one, you can make your own selection. Let's actually walk through an example of here how we might use this performance screen in conjunction with the other ones we have in our dashboards. Basically, I'm looking at my returns here for year to date, and the blue column shows me my return for the date, and then benchmark is the one after that. I've also circled it and basically what I'm